Hello everyone, Melissa Whaley here. I have not been making videos very often, so I apologize, but I'm back. And I had a friend email me and ask a question regarding Wave and prepaid cards. This one comes from Michelle. She has a special arrangement with her post office where she has a prepaid card set up with them, and she loads money onto that card. She drops off her packages for shipping. They process it later in the day, and then they deduct the fees for those packages that she's dropped off that prepaid card. So that's kind of a confusing thing on how to handle in Wave. So I wanted to walk you guys through that together so that other people who may have questions about prepaid cards or prepaid accounts, things of that nature, even prepaid or credits on, say, with a vendor. So what we're going to do, I logged into Wave here. This is again, my demo account. There are not a lot of transactions in here. This is my dashboard. So first thing we're going to do is we need to create a separate asset account for that prepaid card. So I'm going to go to the accounting tab, and this is where all of our accounts are listed. Now today, because I'm not using any linked accounts, everything is going to be manually entered. But if you do have different accounts that are linked and integrated with your Wave account, then it might go a little bit quicker. Okay, so we're here on the accounts page. So you should see all your different types of accounts. I've customized this in the past, so that's why it may not look the same as yours. So what we want to do is add an account. And because this is a prepaid card, so it's like a prepaid debit card, you could even, if you went to the store and got one of those prepaid cards at the store, like Green Dot or like Western Union has stuff like that, MoneyGram, I think, anything like that. If you got one from a business, I don't know, when I used to work at H&R Block, they had prepaid cards you could put your tax refund on. So any type of prepaid card is an asset account because it is not the same as a credit card. The money is on the card. So you're not charging and then paying it back. You're prepaying it and then taking money off. So it is an asset account. We're just going to call it, let's go to bank account. Okay, bank and cash. And we're going to call it an other bank account. And then right here, you see you can change the name. So I'm going to change the name to prepaid card. If you want to give it more detail, the last 4 digits of the card number is often helpful when you're putting in a card, or you want to say it's the prepaid card for the post, you can do that. I'm in US dollars, but Michelle is in the UK, so she would change it to her correct currency. And then I hit save. So now, after it reloads, because my internet is being slightly slow today. So now you'll see it reloads and it will show on our chart of accounts, prepaid card, post. Perfect. Okay, so now that the account exists, we can do the correct transaction. So I'm going to go back to the transaction screen here. I'm going to show you how to handle transactions on this type of card. So usually what you're going to be doing is you're going to have money in your business checking account. You're going to transfer it to your prepaid card, and then like in this case, the post office is going to deduct money off that prepaid card. So there's a couple transactions that need to happen in Wave to reflect this accurately. And we also know that in Wave, you have to start it as an income or an expense transaction. You can then adjust it into a transfer after you've created those 2 transactions. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to add an expense. This is going to be coming out of our checking account. So this is the money that's coming out of our checking account. So say we're going to preload this card with $50. So initial load, $50. I'll leave it as uncategorized right now because we don't have, it's not actually an expense. Okay, so that's the initial, so it came out of our checking account as $50. Now, we're going to show it as a $50 income on our prepaid card. So now that we have both of these transactions, we have the negative coming out of the checking account, the positive going on to the prepaid card. This is not an actual expense. This is not actually income. We're just transferring it. So in Wave, to mark a transfer, you select both transactions and you click this button right here that says transfer. And sometimes it takes a minute. So now it's loaded. You can see that it changes the category. Transfer from checking, transfer to prepaid card. Now, why this is important is because once you've marked it as a transfer, it no longer affects your profit and loss because this is not an actual expense yet and it's not actually income. You're just moving money from one account to another. So it's important to mark it as a transfer so it does not affect your profit and loss because it is not a profit or a loss. It's just a transfer. Now that we have a balance on our prepaid card, so now if I went and ran the balance report, it would show that my prepaid card as of 5/11 has $50 on it. So I'm going to actually backdate this to say that this happened on May 1st, just so that we can have some time in between. So let's say that then we dropped a number of packages off at the post, and the total, so this is Etsy packages, and we dropped these off on the 5th, and that particular day cost $12.50. So then now it is an actual expense. Now you've actually paid the post office for their services. So I don't have, so if you're missing the expense account, it hasn't been entered yet, you can add a new category real quick. This is an office category. So it always asks what the category group is. This would be an office. Postage and delivery is always office. And you can see right there, click postage delivery, add the category. Okay, so now it's marked as postage delivery. And then on the account, we want to make sure that we mark that it's coming off of the prepaid card. So now it is accurately reflected in your accounting that you transferred money to this prepaid card, and then on this day the money is coming off. Now if you want to be more detailed, as long as you get a detailed receipt or report for each package of how much the postage was for each package, and you want to track that individually, you would just have to enter in an expense for each package. So, you know, the package to Susie was $4.20, postage, and it was off the prepaid card, and then you can break it down to each individual thing, or you can, if you enter the total and then you just want to split the transaction, that's also the other kind of shortcut. So it's all, it knows it was from one original deduction, but then you can split it and add as many rows as you need, as long as all these amounts add up to the total. So that's the other shortcut to doing it, rather than adding expense, adding expense, adding expense. So that is how you handle a prepaid card in Wave. I hope that was helpful. I'll see you guys soon.